Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to A.O.S. Abroad. Thank you so much for joining yet another episode of our sessions, our live sessions on YouTube, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, and other platforms. So today we have yet another discussion centered on our new live session, our new live masterclass we are going to be having. You understand on January 10, 2026. So happy new year in advance to everyone. And we are going to be discussing in our new live masterclass the one skill that Canada is actually going to be prioritizing, or has even started prioritizing since 2025, and they would also be prioritizing in 2026 for those who want to actually immigrate to Canada permanently. For those who want to come to Canada and have the opportunity, even if you don't come to Canada to stay permanently initially, if you come to study, you come to work, to visit, how you can actually finally stay back in Canada permanently with this very one major skill Canada is actually looking for. You understand? In immigrants, those that will come into the country and those that would have the opportunity to stay back and have the opportunity to set up a life for themselves and their family members when they finally land in Canada. Now, I always like to say something when I have this opportunity that when it comes to Canada immigration, the amount of information you have would actually determine how you are going to make it and how you are going to be able to stay in Canada permanently. Because something about Canada is that sometimes when you go online, you see a lot of people saying, Canada is no more inviting people, Canada is no more this, Canada is no more that. And the truth about it is, that is the same way they also said it. I remember when I wanted to come into Canada in 2023. In 2023, they were telling us that Canada is not inviting people outside of Canada. Oh. Canada is not bringing immigrants again. No, they have already closed the border. Oh. You understand? Because post-COVID era, when we started working on our own immigration, we had a lot of bogus jargons. You understand? And rubbish. But you can't blame people because sometimes when you are online with the fakes, with the myths, with the fact is everything you are going to be hearing. You'll be hearing everything anyhow, even with people that don't even know what Canada is. People that have not even come to Canada to have information about Canada. It's so shocking. Okay, Ajoke Ade 124. It says good evening, sir. Good evening, ma. Though we are still in the afternoon in Canada, in Ontario, Canada. We are still in the afternoon. This is still around after 3. We are still about 3:26 right now in Canada. So we are still in the afternoon. But good evening from where you are. So good afternoon from Canada. Now that being said, I was talking about information and the news about, because we would always like to give you what the Canadian immigration website states. You understand what is actually on the Canadian immigration website. Yes, Canada, just like other countries, they have reduced the amount of intake of people they are bringing into the country. And 2026, they will continue with that. You understand? They will continue with reducing the amount of people that come into the country. But that does not mean, again, that people that are outside Canada are not coming in drones. You understand? Every week, every month. Like, for example, if because we are very close to the airport, you understand? And you know, one of the best ways to see that Canada is either bringing people in or not bringing people in is for you to get to the airport, right? So, and once you go to the airport and you see people, especially, we know ourselves, we know Nigerians, we know Africans. When they first come into the country, we know how they always behave. All those JJCs, all those JJs is not, of course, airports are used by Canadians as well, they are used by foreign nationals, but we know people that have not even traveled before, the way they always carry themselves, the way they always do when they first land in a new country. So if Canada is truly not inviting people, we will not be seeing the JJCs in the airport. We will not be seeing the JJCs. You understand? Like, for example, there are many of our colleagues that always do Uber. Sometimes they go do Lyft. You understand? They go do all those professions and everything, and all those self-employed jobs, those side gigs. And when you ask them, how far would people that are coming up to Canada from abroad? Many times they say there are a lot of, yes. Sometimes, just like during these festive seasons, the amount of people that come into the country is even more. than the regular amount of people that always come in on a daily basis initially, right? So it shows that if people are not getting visas, then who are the human beings that are in the airport, that are entering Uber, entering Lyft, that are snapping picture, doing yes, I just arrived content? Who are those ones? Who are those ones? Definitely they are immigrants. Definitely they are people that are travelers, whether they are international students coming into the country, whether they are temporary foreign workers coming into the country, whether they are visitors, whether they are even permanent residents or even asylum seekers. They are sure part of them. You understand? Because of course they came through the airport, so they came through legally. And once they came through legally, you can't come to a country like Canada legally without having the required visa or the electronic travel authorization, which is the ETA. You understand? You need to have it, or at least passport from another country that is visa free to Canada. You would at least have one of it, right? So many people are coming into the country. The fact is, whether you like it or not, people will enter. But the only question is, are you going to be part of them? Right? Are you going to be part of them? If you want to be part of them, you will not have to be looking at the naysayers. You would have to actually work on your own immigration one way or the other. You have to make sure that even with all what people are saying online, even with all the negatives that are on, because something about it is, one thing I realized is that bad news travel fast. You understand? Bad news online, it travels fast. But good news, they always struggle. Good news, they always struggle, they travel. You know, the good news, they always take time. It takes time to travel fast. And sometimes when it comes to the world of immigration, before that good news comes to you, a lot of people could have benefited from it. A lot of people could have seen it as something hold safe. So that's why you need to hear the right news at the right time and take the right steps in order to ensure that you come into the country faster than every other person. You understand? You come into the country, you start up your life, and you don't be part of those that will be arguing or be, you understand, wasting time with irrelevancies, irrelevant news. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, with that being said, today, in line with our presentation, we want to have a live masterclass on the 10th of January 2026. So, for those of you that are seeing it, is on Saturday, 10th of January 2026. So, click on the link above this webinar or this live session. You'll see the aosglobal.org website. That is our official website. You understand? Go on aosglobal.org website. Once you go on that website, get your ticket. There's a ticket you have to get. Get your ticket for the One Skill to Canada, you understand, live masterclass. We're going to be having this masterclass on Saturday, 10th January 2026. And it's very important because for those who want to come into Canada 2026, you have even those that have even gotten visas. Yes, we had someone that was reaching out to me, say, okay, me that I've already have visa. I said, even you that have visa already, if you don't have visa that is like permanent residence already, if you are still having all those spoon to visa, maybe like visitor visa, study visa, you need to listen to this webinar. You need to be part of this masterclass. You need to learn the number one skill that Canada is prioritizing in the year 2026. Is very, very important, because if you don't know this number one skill, and we're going to be unveiling that skill on the live masterclass that would explain to you what you need to focus on in 2026. Some people are just wasting their time focusing on something that they will not actually get visa for. Oh, Dynasty, so it's a good evening, sir. Good afternoon from Canada, from Ontario, Canada. We are still in the afternoon, as I said. Initially, we're still in the afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Happy holidays for those of you that are still in the euphoria of holidays. I remember me, so I took some time off social media. Yes. You know, they say, oh, all work and no play makes jackpot. It makes Jack and A.O.S safe a dull boy. So sometimes we have to take some time off. So I took some time off. I think about 7 to 10 days. Took some time off. I didn't have some live sessions. I didn't have. You understand? I took some time off basically to kind of retrospectively work on my own journey in Canada, because you know something about coming to a country like this is, if you are not very attentive to the goals that you have set for yourself, you will just see that you are working out. Yes, you are making the money nonetheless, but when you are working, and you not do some self retrospection, before you know it, you just be working for another person and you don't know when you have to enjoy yourself. So Dynasty Soul says, I hope you are good. I'm great. I'm great. How you doing? How's everything at your own side? So hope you too, you are great. Hope you are doing well. So Brahim says, "Good evening, sir. Good afternoon from Canada, from Ontario, Canada specifically. Thank you so much for joining our live session." So someone says, Dynasty. So I registered on your website and I haven't reached out to. Well, I don't know what you registered for. If you registered for the Travel Sponsor to Canada package, which was our Black Friday deal, yes, we linked up to those who were qualified as at that particular time. We are still kind of um we're kind of selecting people that fully qualify right now. And that's why we're saying go on our website, aosglobal.org. Once you go on that website right now, the live masterclass, we are going to have a live masterclass where, firstly, we're going to have a group discussion where we'll discuss about the one skill that Canada is prioritizing in the year 2026. And secondly, we are going to also have individual what they call it, clarity calls with you individually for those that register for this live masterclass, because we found out that those that register for Travel Small to Canada package, over 20,000 of them registered. So we're not able to reach out because, again, anything that is free, anything that is fun, it has some, we're humans. We can't reach out to about 20,000 people at once. But those that are very, very serious, we are picking out those that are very, very serious through this live masterclass. It's for the best of the best, the most serious, not the best, the most serious immigrants. The most serious immigrants that want us to reach out to them, that want us to talk to them, go on that website right now, aosglobal.org. Get your ticket for the live masterclass, and from there, we're going to be able to interact with you. You understand? We'll be able to discuss with you about your own particular scenario, your own particular travel plans, and from there, we'll be able to see how to assist you. Okay, I see Dynasty Soul is trying to go live with us as a guest. I've accepted. I hope you are able to join us so that we could discuss together during this live. So, basically, I was talking about the number one skill Canada is quietly prioritizing in 2026. Let me tell you something. A lot of people have reached out and say, "Yeah, I'm 40 years old. I'm more than 50 years old. Can I still migrate to Canada?" And the truth is, for some people, you will never be able to migrate to Canada. It's just the truth. For some people, even those that are young, because I remember me too when I was about 28 years of age, 20 or 27, when I was still in Nigeria. And one of my friends too was very young like me, still in Nigeria. But if you don't take the steps that require you, in fact, till now, he's still in Nigeria. If you don't take the steps that require you to move to Canada as fast as possible, and you are looking for one good Samaritan, or looking for one job sponsorship, as some people always look for, you may be waiting till eternity. So that's why I always say some people can never migrate to Canada. It's not swear, because they are not actively working on their immigration. They are just wishing. And once you are wishing, it's just like Christmas or like all this New Year. When you are wishing, but you do not take step, you understand, to actually better your life. So people do New Year resolution, but they not take step to actually make sure that that resolution works for them. They will not take steps to ensure that the goals that they have set, they will achieve it. At the end of the day, you are just wishing. You are just a wisher. You are a well wisher. They always call someone well wishers. Well wishers are people that they will just be wishing. I wish I did this. I wish I did this. But you will not be part of those that will be what, having the opportunity to travel. Do you understand? You will not have the opportunity because you did not take proactive steps. So if you take proactive steps to work on your immigration, just like we say, if you want to actually let us in on your immigration plans, click on the link aosglobal.org. As I said, we have a live masterclass on 10th of January 2026, where we're going to be enlightening you on the number one skill Canada is actually looking out for right now from immigrants, those that are coming through study, coming through work, coming through visit, coming through permanent residence. I see my sister Adeola Fat. Wow, this is the first time I'm seeing on my live session. Thank you so much, ma, for joining. This is our USA Connect. Hello, ma. It seems my
Hello, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you, Goma. Welcome to our live session. Oh. Thank you so much. Báwo ni family? Báwo everybody in the US now?
So, how is my baby? How is the family doing?
The baby is fine. She's doing well. We too are fine. We're okay. Well, I'm very, very fine. How's everything? How's the boys and my uncle over there too. How are they doing? Ah, she has gone. Oh. Yeah. I've lost her. Oh. Please, oh, if you can connect back, if you can join us back, please kind of join us. You are in US now, so you are not, you are not like Nigerians not having network issues. So please connect back if you are able to connect, or if you can still have the opportunity to meet you. Now, she's one of my big sisters in the US. I remember when I was still in Nigeria, and that time that I was having that limited mindset that in Nigeria we go dey. I know that there are some people that you think maybe you are helping your country by staying back, but you don't know that you cannot. There are some people that you have to leave the country first before you can help your country. You understand? You have to leave. That time when I was in the Ilorin, she was already in the US, and they were telling me, "But this guy, you are educated now. You understand? You are intelligent now. Come to a country like Canada now." And I was thinking maybe it was for people that don't know what Nigeria has to offer. But let's just leave that off for another day because now not
All
even
right.
talk about.
And
Okay,
you thought you were established in Ilorin and you don't really need to travel out. Is that
Elon,
it?
exactly. I thought I was established though. Seriously. My sister.
Especially when you come in with a green card, you don't know what life will offer you.
I
You
don't.
know,
You
or
get
resident, whatever it's called in Canada.
like it was post COVID, my sister. Post ìyà tó jẹ mí ní COVID time, ní pandemic time, ní coronavirus time. Tó jẹ́ pé to palliative I no get. Students no come my A.O.S academy because I did one Kolobo academy that time that I was thinking maybe it was my all in all. I was like, and that time, the truth be told, before COVID, I didn't see the need to really come to Canada. I didn't see the need because I was already doing tutorials, making money, doing projects for people, research and everything. As a few way now. I was thinking maybe that was what was that was what will help me set up, build my life, establish myself. But when COVID hit, that shebi na now I dey get chicks. That time ọrùn
Let's not forget this. Let's not
ọrùn
forget.
gùn. So if not that time, that I just realized that the government, even that time, which I was blaming the government. That's why I don't like to blame people again. I was blaming the government that time. I was saying, no palliative. They even give us kidney. People were looting. People were looting that time, going kidney. There was one particular scenario that really cemented the fact that yes, man, guy, you have to just travel abroad. That was when they finally bought palliatives after months of waiting. And the palliatives they gave those in Tipa Garage, Tanke Ilorin, University Road, Kwara State, Ngbayin. What they gave them that they said, okay, one family we get was one spoon of rice. I not say jerika o, one spoon, one spoon of uncooked rice. It was so bad that I was now looking at, I mean, they are whining me. When me, I was hearing from people in the US, people in Canada, in UK, that
We were getting check for stimulus.
you
Stimulus
see,
check.
imagine checks. They were getting
$2,000,
checks,
$3,000
2,000,
every
three
month.
thousand. Imagine over 3, 4 million naira. They were getting
Every
it.
month.
In fact, one of my uncles in Canada that time was saying that they are praying that Corona should not even end. that
People
that
were home, they were not working and they're getting paid.
they were getting paid. Imagine, they were getting paid. So, like, it was that time because yeah, oh no, my brother self couldn't even send money to me that time because things were just so. It was anyhow. Even bank self no open. We queue that time. Oh boy, still life. That same time, people were telling me, Canada is people that were inside Canada. They were focusing on that it is Canada people in Canada that they are picking. That immigration to Canada have cast. It have cast. I should not focus on Canada immigration. That same time, one of my cousins that time too, Sheye, that was when he started his own immigration. Imagine someone that was working in bank in Nigeria. He was one of the accountants, top accountants, making good money. He have car. That me, I never have car. He already had car. He was already living his own life. When he was not telling me, "Hey, Nigeria don't
So
tire
I'm glad.
him." Yes,
What I tell people, it's not really about the money.
it's
Because a
not
lot of
all.
people think that they have the money that they don't really
They have the more
At least they can feed
exactly
themselves, they can take care of them. But what of our main
themselves.
infrastructure? Look at Anthony
Infrastructure. God
Joshua. He
bless
could have
you.
just died.
You
He
as
could have
in
just died. Look at Anthony Joshua. It's not about money.
thank you. See Anthony Joshua now. Imagine someone that is not about it's not money that he doesn't have, but even
It's not money.
emergency
He has money,
emergency
but can
care
money,
is not there.
you know,
Emergency care is not there. They not the value of life
exactly.
in Nigeria is not there. You were saying
So when I
something.
tell people to come abroad, it's not
Mhm.
because of money. Because when you tell because to come here, it's not for the weak. It's
It's
not for
not.
the
Oh,
poor.
it's not.
Coming
It's
to
not.
America is not for the poor. So if you can run it to come here, it's not because you are poor.
Thank you
But there are
very
so many
much, my
things that your
sister.
money cannot do. You can't fix all the roads in Nigeria.
You can't. Oh, you can't. You,
You can't fix
sister.
electrical problem in Nigeria.
You were telling me
So
one
the
situation
things
now. You were telling.
function to Moluwe.
Imagine, Shebi, you were telling me one time that when you went for vacation in Nigeria, that you went and you saw someone that
Someone had
was
an accident.
accident.
Nobody told
Imagine
them.
the person had accident. Nobody stood.
Nobody
Nobody
told them.
waited for that person.
Me, I
Nobody took the
wanted to
person to
wait. My brother
hospital.
was telling me, if you wait till after 2 years, the principal let me
2 years. You see,
20 million. Yeah, so 1 million, 20 million.
30 million.
What are
Imagine
you waiting for?
someone had accident and nobody was even. When I even saw the case of Anthony Joshua, I even say, okay, maybe because he's superstar. That's why some people
No,
wait.
no.
Because it's because it's superstar that they wait. They go and do total
How
charm or
about
go
you?
on
How
go.
about you? How about you? On the motor?
You
No,
get
no stretcher, nothing.
no stretcher. Not imagine.
One person ambulance for ọlọ́pàá. One person
Ọlọ́pàá, you see,
pàkúpà
you
for
see,
ọlọ́pàá, mọ́tò ọlọ́pàá.
you see, you
Front
see.
ló jókòó sí. Kẹ́ni
Imagine
l'accident tó yẹ kó máa ní spinal problem.
spinal,
Nobody knows.
exactly.
So many people could have
Tó
happened
yẹ
to me
kó
without
tẹ́lẹ̀,
without
it should
thinking
have
about
been
that.
lied down. Hmm.
Exactly.
Imagine
Gbọ̀ngbà tí o sì stretcher tí o sì
kò
ambulance tí o sì
sẹ́nything, no infrastructure.
Ṣé ẹ
So
má tẹ̀ máa kú èèyàn kí èèyàn kúkú ọlọ́run? Kí
all
èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ kú pé
exactly.
èwo ni kú kífà?
Ikú adìyẹ, ikú mẹ́ẹ̀. You understand? So sometimes, just like my sister said, it's not about the money. Sometimes you have the money, but when the infrastructure is not there, I always say one scenario when I first came to Canada for like a month or two, I was still holding power bank káàkiri. I was holding power bank because the mentality of Nigeria. Ó ti mọ́ra, etiquette. Ó ti mọ́ra. So I was holding power bank. It was when I now went to go and visit one of my sisters, sister Amina, that she was not saying, when you leave Nigeria, make sure that Nigeria leaves you too now. Don't be doing like pé láti ìgbà tí mo ti dé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wá paná yẹn náà. Gbogbo power bank tí mo jí káàkiri, have they off the light? I say, we never. She was just telling me pé this is Canada, this is not. Ask, sister, are you even talking about a month? There's one thing they always do here in Canada where they always we always buy pepper in bulk. Tomato for the whole year. Our freezer is filled. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Ó ti wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé àti èyí tó lọ àti èyí tí ó ṣì wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti lọ at everything it is there. We are not bothered about the rough light or we are bothered about pé okay ó máa bàjẹ́ àbí even ẹja ẹran inú ẹran ṣáàkì chicken gbogbo kíní yẹn wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀. So sometimes good life is all about infrastructure. It's not even about the money. It's not the problem. Òyìnbó no dey bother about pé oúnjẹ wà. Infrastructure wà láti preserve ẹ̀. You understand?
So when I see people, you have 10 million, use it to run abroad.
Use it to run o. Sister, I spent 6.7 million naira. Mo máa sọ fáwọn èèyàn. I spent 6.7 million naira to come to Canada. And that 6.7 ẹ ṣé gan ma. Ẹ ṣé gan, really appreciate it. You won't. Not even
for yourself, for your born children.
Exactly.
You have children already for your children.
Sister, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story.
No amount of money you spend on traveling that will be wasted because you have bought the future of your children, you bought the future of your unborn children.
Of your unborn children. Of your sister, me, I didn't give birth in Nigeria. So I was lucky, but that's how I always tell people.
Imagine that your child. Òun náà tó bá máa kọ́kọ́ ìlú ìjọba ti kọ́kọ́
You,
ọmọ ẹ̀ náà bí ìyẹn.
exactly. Ọmọ ti gba papers. Bó ṣe ń bí báyìí ló ti dánmọ Canada. Eh?
You get it.
Bó ṣe ń bí báyìí ló ti dánmọ Canada. And I do tell people, I said, see that child.
It's not about money itself.
It's not about money.
about-
It's not about money. What the child will get. There's also something they call 5-in-1. 5-in-1 in Canada. Àti ṣe insurance ọmọ. Àti ṣe kí ló pè education plan ọmọ. Àti ṣe birth certificate ọmọ. Ó ti ní passport, international passport to travel to any goddamn country she wants. 183 countries.
Education
Visa
from
free.
secondary school level to SS3 level.
You understand? Free education. Ìyẹn tí wọ́n bẹ̀.
Tó bá fi mọ́lẹ̀ tó bá ti lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ school báyìí, ó bọ́ lọ́wọ́ owó oṣù.
Ìyẹn ti bọ́ wàláì.
Ara
And
package kí tó bá gbà lọ́wọ́ yẹn.
to cap it up, màmá mi, ìyàwó mi gbowó ọmọ every month at least ó kéré ju $800, roughly $1 million.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni,
Ó ń
5
gbó
years ló bá mi bọ́ ọmọ mi. 5
ẹ
years
ṣe
ló
gan.
bá mi bọ́.
Ẹ ṣe gan. Ó ń gbà yẹn steady. So àwọn èèyàn kéde wọ́n máa sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé ọmọ tíyàn bá bí níbí báyìí asset ni kò ń ṣe liability asset ni because nǹkan tó máa rí nínú pé yes kó tọ́mọ ń bí báyìí even àwọn èèyàn tí ò mọ̀ ẹ́ gan wọ́n máa bá ẹ tọ́mọ wọ́n máa help ẹ láti provide nǹkan tọ́mọ máa lò wọ́n máa provide ṣé diaper ni ṣé wipes ni exactly gbogbo kini is subsidized daycare is subsidized especially if you come with the right papers to jẹ́ permanent resident with the right papers you will have a very good leverage than someone that just come here anyhow. Mo máa sọ fáwọn èèyàn it took me 5 years to work on my own PR from 2018 ìgbà tó kọ́kọ́ ń bẹ̀ mí to 2020 ìgbà tí mo serious láti wá sí Canada. I didn't later migrate till 2023 but the truth about it is some people have been here 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 12 years. Exactly, they don't have the right papers. They don't have the right, and that is why this live masterclass we are having. It's information. Information. If you don't have the right information, you are going to miss it. And that's why some people, there are different messages that your man share online. And me must say, Canada is scam. I still was reading something today that's always say Canada is scam. Canada is this. Canada. I say yes. For people that not come the right way, or you do not quickly jar yourself when you enter to quickly get the right papers. For you, it is scam because it's as if you just waste money, not see dividend of your money. I say, me 6.7 million naira. They me no came into was Canada within 4 months. Timothy Canada, we make your way in Jubelo. I made more than that money. The money I spent for 5 years. Timothy Canada immigration within 4 months. Timothy Canada, I made that money and more. Sister, sister, within that 4 months, 4 months, yeah, gbogbo owó tí mo ná for about 12 years. Ìgbà tí mo lọ school, tí mo ṣe uni lọrin, tí mo parí school, tí mo ṣe service, tí mo tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ business, tí mo tún gbogbo owó yẹn within that 4 months, mo pa gbogbo owó ẹ̀. You understand? So it is not about how far, but how well. That's just the truth. Some people àwọn míì wọ́n bá ṣe immigration wọ́n understand pé ó lè wọlé with visitor visa big World Cup. There's World Cup 2026 they want to do in Canada. Like Canada, USA and Mexico, they are literally hosting the World Cup 2026. So you can come to Canada by virtue of the World Cup as a tourist or as a visitor. In 2026, there are a lot of people don't share immigration consultants one thing. So that's what they are focusing on. Okay, they want to come in as visitors or as tourists to actually watch the World Cup. But when you come in, quickly have the target. Okay, World Cup, it will just at most 6 months on my end. So quickly get started on working on your permanent residency so that the World Cup baton will have to by permanently. You will not have the difficulty of saying, okay, there's one situation of one man that came in as a student. Many of you know this story that 2 moments online. He came in as a student, but because of the information some people do not have, You will lose that opportunity of not staying back. Kí lẹ sọ?
The person that came as a student that really went back home later.
Okay. Okay, yes, that man. Imagine. Ẹlòmínú ilé mi tẹ̀ ń sọ. Eléyìí tẹ̀ spend 27,000. Ṣebí tí ọkùn yẹn kò tiẹ̀ náwó. Eléyìí tẹ̀mí sọ yìí, ó ná $27,000 fún school. But throughout that school, ó ṣàn fàṣẹ. Kò mọ̀ pé ó kù síbì kan when it comes to pé kí ọkàn máa fàṣẹ. Ó kàn fàṣẹ kò gba PR. After 4 years in Canada, wọ́n ti fún ní 3 months notice nísìnyí pé kò fi Canada lẹ̀. Wọ́n ti ń deport yẹn nísìnyí. So some people don't be thinking pé eléyìí nísìnyí, he has been in Canada more than me. He has been in Canada for 4 years. But us now, we have PR. We are able to, in fact, we are counting down on our citizenship. Only is counting down on deportation. Imagine. He's counting down on deportation.
Because I don't know.
I understand. Exactly. So, especially people that come for our live sessions, you know, every time I'm on clarity course, I'm on explain. Ask the right. Thank you, sister. Ask the right questions.
Make use of your Google.
Sister. It's as if all I'm going to gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tí mo máa sọ lórí life. I say they say Google is your friend, but listen, ChatGPT is your paddy. ChatGPT is your paddy. Know the right thing. Ask the right questions. You come and ask. Exactly.
I read this online. How
exactly.
Does it work?
Okay. Mr. Abdul Hakim is saying, can I join, sir? Of course, you can join. If you want to join, go on our website, aosglobal.org. aosglobal.org. You can actually sign up for your own ticket right now to join our live masterclass. It's going to happen on January 10, 2026. And we're going to be educating you on that one skill that Canada is currently prioritizing for Canadian immigration. See, let me tell you, it can take you time for you to work on your immigration. But based on my own experience, sometimes when you come into Canada with the right papers, other people that have been in Canada before you, you'll be like a month to them because you came with the right papers, because you have something they don't have, and you will be able to earn more. Wallahi, all the money that some people are coming to say, okay, they want to come at school, they want to be working part-time, they want to be doing a job. You will see, part-time work is rubbish money. It's just the truth. It's rubbish money when you can do full-time job. There are some people doing 2-3 good full-time jobs, doing online businesses. There's one of our guys that I said, this guy has started a business in Canada and he's not currently in Canada. He has started up a business making money in Canada and now using the money he's making in Canada to work on his own immigration. These are some of the things we are going to talk about in the live masterclass.
Your success story here. You start bringing people you have done it for so that they can testify to you. So people just don't see you as blabbing. You need to do that often.
Of course. We have 2 accounts on our TikTok. We have A.O.S Global and A.O.S Abroad. If they go on our A.O.S Abroad, they will see all of our live testimonials, our clients' reviews. If you also go on our website, aosglobal.org, you see a lot of our reviews. You see a lot of our videos. We have video reviews. We have WhatsApp chat message reviews. We also have images reviews. You'll be able to see all the people. It's a very good thing she said. A.O.S Global, what one is, if you go on A.O.S Abroad, just scroll down, you see a lot of, there are some time I finish adverts gone. We use some of our testimonials for adverts. I know some people have been seeing some of our testimonials we used to do adverts. Those are some of the things that I made myself go, I want to be like Mr. Joseph, I want to be like Mr. You will be seeing. Yeah, what did you say?
I said I saw A.O.S Global, but I thought it was even a scam. I was following this.
Okay. Well, we have to. That's why I'm saying it, because people always think maybe it's scam. We have to, because it's TikTok now. Just like we are doing TikTok shop, we have TikTok affiliate, so we are making money on 2 accounts. So you must not dull in this. So the way you are making money in one account, we also make money in the other account. So, and money no they finish. How will I call it? Money no they too much money no they spoil. They call that. I forgot how I always say it. So Uh-huh. Okay, what is it? Got to go.
I
Oh,
think
okay, Sister Deola, no problem.
I've, I think I've done my IATLS exam. I've done it
Okay,
before. I scored. I think I scored five. Yes, I scored five. Band five.
okay,
So
band five.
and I was yeah, someone. So they were not telling me that the requirement for Canada is band six. So I was preparing to write for another one. So I was not asking that is band five acceptable in Canada? I want to make
Well, for IELTS exam that you did and you got band five, I always tell people this is where there are different advice or different suggestions people always give based on their own understanding, based on their own knowledge about Canadian immigration. For example, my wife, Rashidat Yusuf, that time when she was coming initially before we got married, she came in as a common law partner, and one of the scores after she first had an immigration to Canada was that band five. But she was still able to migrate to Canada because it is not about only the points you have, but it's about the strategies you are making use of to come into Canada. It's about the program that you are making use of to come to Canada. Canada right now, when it comes to immigration, we have three different levels of immigration, and we have about 100 plus programs that are available. So if one does not work, another can work. That's just the truth. But again, if you want to learn how to still make use of that point you have, you understand, to move to Canada, go on our website, aosglobal.org, and get your own ticket of the live masterclass. We are going to be answering some of these similar questions in that live masterclass to make you understand that immigration to Canada is all about strategy. It's all about skills. There are some skills you have that even the point you have will still help you to move to Canada. But there are seven different criteria or seven different factors that we have to look out for. It is not just one factor. It is not just because people focus on just only one thing and they neglect the others. That is where the problem lies. Sometimes you focus on just one, okay, language proficiency, but the other things that you can use to get more points, you did not focus on that. So we are going to be looking at all those seven factors in this live masterclass that educate you on the skill you need to focus on that Canada is quietly prioritizing in the year 2026, that even that your band five can still help you to migrate with. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So go on that website, aosglobal.org, click on the link, the live masterclass, get your own ticket, and join us January 10, 2026 to educate you on the skill you need. And we'll look at your own case study to understand your. Once you click on that live masterclass and get your ticket, the live masterclass is the group masterclass we would have with a lot of people. But we also have the individual, or the private clarity call we are going to be having with people individually that will use to look at your own particular scenario and give you suggestions on what you can do with what you already have or what you can get to actually better your chances for Canadian immigration. I hope I've, oh, okay. I see another question. Titilayo 0353 says, like, how much can someone use to travel to Canada? Any money that you have that you can use to any money that you have that you want to use to travel to Canada depends on the program that you are going to qualify for. There are some people that are using less than 1 million to travel to Canada, or less than 1 million to get visa, not to travel, but to get visa to travel to Canada. There are some people that are using more than 1 million, more than even 10 million to travel to Canada. So it depends on the program. It depends. You can't just, a generic question is just travel to Canada. Traveling to Canada is divided into two, as I always say. We have temporary residency and we have permanent residency. Under each of them, temporary residency has several programs people use to come through study, through work, through visits. Permanent residency has express entry, provincial nominee, regional programs, so they are diverse. The exact cost will be based on your own particular program that you use to apply and your own particular eligibility factors. So if you want to learn the exact cost, click on our link, the live masterclass, aosglobal.org. Get your own ticket, and from there, we are going to look at your own particular scenario and see if you actually qualify for the one that you can use to immigrate to Canada. Okay, so you know, Monsieur Faisal, good evening, sir. Àwọn èèyàn mi ní Ìlọrin Kwara State. Good evening, sir. I greet you, sir. These are some of our very wonderful people in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. And it saddens me sometimes when I realize that some of when I was in Nigeria, I spent some of my time in Ilorin, especially around the suburbs, because I served also in university in Unilorin, in Ilorin, not Unilorin, but in the Kwara State region, around Owago Community Grammar School. That's where I served that time. And sadly, somewhere very close to there, they were saying they went to go and massacre some people. They went to go and buy some people. And it's kind of appalling because I knew that if I was still in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria, most likely I too will be around those kind of axes working. And that is why I always tell people, if you don't even think about yourself, think about your family members. Because there was one person I was reaching out to that we were talking, and at a point he was saying he was interested in Canadian immigration. And this guy was, I think, in Abeokuta or so, in Ogun State or so. You understand? He was saying he was interested in Canadian immigration. And after a point, he said, okay, he was going to discuss with his wife or so. After a point, I just lost communication with him. I wasn't able to communicate with him again. Later on, after like some few weeks, when he later got across to me, he was now telling me that after the call with us, you understand, after some time, he found out that one of his cousins was actually kidnapped, and they were asking for a ransom, about 50 million naira or so. And the truth about it is, all the money that he wanted to use and do immigration, all the money that they have planned that they would get to do immigration, because when life is evolved, right, he had to actually also contribute to the freeing, the releasing of his cousins. So some of the monies that they were meant to use for their immigration, they paid it to ransom for, you understand, the cousin that was actually kidnapped in Nigeria. And that just kind of made me understand this, that some people, if you don't take action fast, God knows who will be kidnapped. God knows it's a wrong thing, it's a bad thing. Security in Nigeria is one of the biggest issues. One of the issues that I feel that alone is enough for people to migrate to Canada. That alone is enough for some of you to say, man, let me give myself and my family peace of mind. Because let me tell you, this person now that he said, okay, he has already paid money to ransom. And of course, because a life is involved, you understand? A life of a human being is more than even immigration. But again, understand something. If you don't use that so-called money that you say you have or you have kept up in one place to save yourself first and to save your own family, at the end of the day, this one even had money for the ransom. You understand? You may not, in your own situation, may not be able to come up with. We have had situations, nasty situations of people that were kidnapped that they didn't have money to. Even some people that even have the money that pay for the ransom, but even after even paying the money, they did not even see the family member again. You understand? The family member was later on alive. So understand something, that you owe it to yourself, not to anybody else, to take care of yourself first and take care of your own family members, so that you will ensure that you yourself, you are safe first. There's one of my content where I shared online. I said, save yourself first. Nobody is coming to save you. Why? Because see, if you blame the government, you blame Bala Blue, blame, okay, that was the same thing they were doing when they were blaming Buhari. I gave you the scenario of when I was in Nigeria when the COVID started, and they were giving rice, cup of rice, I mean, kilo with spoon of rice as palliative. I was blaming Buhari government. But I realized at the end of the day that, see, whether we like it or not, these people, they did not even know me. They don't know me. They don't know that, see, and Jamie, they don't know say how they suffer. You understand? Whether they did not know me personally to say that, okay, this is what I'm going through. It is me that know the sufferness why they suffer for Nigeria that time, that year. So it is me that would actively work on my own immigration. It's just like one of my friends was telling me that he was asking his father that when his mates were traveling abroad, when his mates were seeking greener pastures in UK, in US, in Canada, what was his own father doing? And I told my friend that time, I said, it's a very good question. But the truth about it is, the same question you ask your father now, the same question you ask your father that your father was not able to answer, that was beating around the bush for. If you too, you did not take proactive steps, proactive measures to secure your own life and the life of your own unborn children, when you later give birth, when you later marry and give birth, your own children too will ask you worst question. Shebi you are asking question that is bad, that is, it sounds senseless, but it is factual, right? You are not asking the question from your father claiming that you have sense, right? No problem. Your own child, your own children too will ask you that same question when them too they are giving birth to by you. That what were you, my daddy too, what were you doing when your own mates too were traveling and getting greener pasture for their own children? Because we like playing the blame game. We blame our government, we blame people that, you understand, that are abroad. We blame, that time when I was in Nigeria, to me too, I was blaming some of my family members that got to one in UK láti joy ìjàre. All those uncles that have left, you understand, UK since cradle, that all those ones just, they don't even look back. You understand? They cannot even support, they cannot even help, they cannot even send money. You understand? I was part of them. I was blaming. I was blaming them as if them too they don't have family members to take care of. As if see, let me tell you something. The truth about it is, when you realize it that the blame is not for anybody but for yourself, your life will progress. That was what happened to me. My brother, in fact, that time I remember my brother in the US, he first sent me money for IELTS. Like the IELTS this guy said he did that time. Dynasty soon. Me, I spend the money on business. See, let me be factual with you. I spent the money on my business, on my academy that time. It's part of the money I put to go and do billboard. Say, okay, if I do billboard, if they see me, go, okay, A.O.S Academy is teaching people language. Oh, you understand? People will research. Oh, in that time, University of Illinois, Tipa Garage exists. If I see billboard, if they see billboard, you understand? More people will patronize me. I don't know that I was digging my grave. I was digging my business grave, because that was what shut down the business. You understand? Why you need long Emirates people see that someone that is not even a long person. When okay, someone said I wanted to reserve a seat for your master class, but the six is closed. Well, the sale is not closed. I don't know. Oh, okay, maybe for the early bird discount. Yes, if you go on the early bird discount, because yesterday was 29th. So the early bird discount closed on the 29th, which was yesterday. But if you click on the regular seat, the regular ticket, you can get the regular ticket. That is still actively selling. Oh, sorry about that. That's still actively selling. So you can get the regular ticket in place of the early bird discount. We give early bird discount to those that, you understand, got the ticket before the 29th of December 2025. So from today, which is 30th, I believe the system would have automatically cancelled out the early bird. So you can still get the regular ticket. Once you get the regular ticket, you'll be able to, you understand, sign up for that. All right. So what I'm saying in essence is, in terms of I'm coming. Let me charge my laptop. I see my laptop is getting low, and as you know, when we come on lives like this, we come on lives on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on TikTok. You understand, on various platforms at once, so that we can reach out to as much people as possible as we can. Do you understand? So please, one of the biggest things that I do tell people when it comes to immigration to Canada, or anything that requires you to advance in life, avoid the blame game. You understand? Avoid the blame game. Because the way I blame Buhari that time, say I no get palliative for you for COVID. That one did not mean that palliative will fall forever for me. You understand? Unless I kept on blaming Buhari and I didn't take proactive action to better my own life, probably I could have still been in Nigeria, still continue blaming the government without my life getting better. You understand? So take yourself out of that blame game. Take yourself out of, because see, just like my sister said from the US, migrating to Canada or US or UK is not really about even the money. There are some people that have the money. See the situation of Anthony Joshua, that they said he was in Nigeria with his coach, with his friend. But at the end of the day, he lost his life. Oh no, not he lost it, not him. The friend and the coach lost their lives. May they live in longer. Be waiting they always talk. Rest in peace. May they rest in peace. They lost their lives. And sometimes car crashes can happen anywhere. It does even happen in Canada as well. Do you understand? But the truth about it is, emergency response team, how are they effective in our country? My sister was talking about how how infrastructure is very important. If you have the right infrastructures in a country and they are working, they can save lives of people that are meant to have just died like foul anyhow. You understand? They can save lives faster than how people. If you look at the statistics even says it. People die more in Nigeria and some African countries for little things. Malaria last one is killing some people in Africa. And in Canada, where is it even now? I don't even think there's anything called malaria except in me. Let me tell you even my own scenario. Let me tell you in fact, I'm the perfect example for this one. In Nigeria, in a year, people were just the 2025 just want to end. In Nigeria, in a year, if I don't get sick very often, I'll get sick like 2 3 times in a year. But okay, malaria will it will come, typhoid we shall, those two things, as I be now, that's one of our issues based on our genotype. We shall have malaria, typhoid. You understand? When we do not even seek anything, no complications, so nothing issue. At least 2 3 times in a year, we will have malaria, we will have typhoid in Nigeria. There's no how. But my people, since 2023, when I landed in this country, close to 3 years now, I don't think I've not even if if there's something like ma instead of laria, I never see. If there's something like only ma but not malaria, just ma, I have not seen. Do you understand? So sometimes even your health will thank you. That's what we are trying to say. Even your health will thank you. See me, I know myself, and that's why I always tell people, you have to know yourself. Don't copy other people. Me, I didn't come to Canada and come and be eating on some of the jargons or some of the rubbish, some of the foods that are not healthy, that people are eating all around. All this fast food, all this burger, garbage, all those nonsense. Me, us we cook at home. You get? I'm a Nigerian guy, African to the core. So I cook our own food, which is nutritious. Yes, I could spend more because if you go to McDonald's, like for instance, you go and buy burger, or you go to Domino's, you go and buy pizza. The money that you spend in those places, they are little compared to the money that you spend in African store, right? African store, we pay more, we pay like times two of the money that we are meant to. But me, I treat my own food like my drug. And that's why I don't take drugs anyhow, because I don't get sick anyhow, right? I treat my food as my drug. So I make sure I eat healthy, so that I will not have any business with, some people will be saying, healthcare in Canada, they say it's free. It is free. You don't pay for it, but there's hold up in the emergency ward. Look at many of the people that are going to emergency. Yes, emergency can happen anyhow. I know. God is God that helps. But again, God self will not come down from heaven to help you eat well. You understand? God will not come down from heaven to help you eat well. Ibrahim, thank you for liking our live session on TikTok. He will not come down. Just like there are bad foods in Canada, there are also bad foods in Nigeria, of course. Just like there are good foods in Nigeria, there are also good foods in Canada. So you have to now choose, which one do you want? I dey Canada, but I still dey chop my eba. You understand? I dey chop my, in fact, eba gone, e don tey wey I don chop eba. But I dey chop amala. Yes, I think the last time I ate amala with gbegiri at ewedu. Me, I be Nigerian boy to the core. Things that will give me good health. Things that will, you understand? will help me survive this country very well. You cannot go and say even pizza, up to pizza sef, if I want to eat pizza, we make our own pizza at home. So we don't use some of the jargons that are on the pizza, like all those pepperoni and all those things. We make pizza from scratch at home. We make bread, even up to bread. I bake my bread myself. You understand? Because some of the bread they could have put preservatives, they could have put all this, god damn it. So I, because of course, in our kitchen, when you rent a house in Canada, when you rent a house, you rent it with the facilities. You understand? That's one of the beauty of renting in this place. We rent it with oven, rent it with dishwasher, then rent it with, you understand, um washer and dryer for clothes. We rent it with so many infrastructure. So many of those infrastructure, why would I rent something and not use it? That's my own mentality. Why would I rent something and then will be wasting it, right? I use it. That was, in fact, social media is your friend now. That's why I just go to social media. I'm gonna see one of all those influencers that are making good, nutritious food, healthy food. And I'm just, okay, they say flour, they use flour, they bake bread. Okay, what else? They are using peanuts too. Okay, what else? Okay, they are doing sardine bread. They be say when I did Nigeria, and I luxury. Sardine bread in Nigeria that time was like luxury. When I walk, when I don't tire, we say, oh, let me go and treat myself and buy sardine bread. That time it was like 350. Normal bread was like 200. You get? So that time it was like luxury for me. Oh. Okay, sardine bread. When I want to eat good food, I'm gonna buy sardine bread with yogurt. You get? But yeah, there's the oven. You understand? A lot of things you can get in the store. You come here, you bake the bread yourself. Machines there where we say they dey do am, no stress. You understand? You eat good food. Wey be say, no be say you go and buy sardine bread and you be telling the person, the sales rep, "Well, shey this one hot?" He say, "No, we have done it since morning." So e no hot. There's not that story in this place. You bake your bread. You understand? You bake it hot. As e hot like this, you dey chop am hot. Fresh bread wey be say you chop am, you bake am in the morning before night you don finish am. Good food. Why be say chick no go big? There was one of my friend that say you already getting sick. I say why you no go get sick? You understand? Why you no go fresh? So what we are saying in essence is you owe it to yourself, truthfully. You owe it to yourself to get that better life you dream of. You owe it to your family members to get that, because see oh, if you yourself wọ́n sọ pé téèyàn bá fẹ́ fún ni láṣọ tọrùn ẹ̀ la máa kọ́kọ́ wò, right? So if you want to do for people, just like the person that I said that they kidnapped his cousin, right? If you don't have that money, you won't be able to take care of the, you understand, responsibilities that come to you. Number one. Number two, if you don't take good care of yourself, you won't be able to take care of your, even your own immediate family members. So you have to be able to take care of yourself first, take care of yourself well before you are able to take care of another person. And that is where immigration comes in. Immigration allows you to live a better life, to get that greener pasture, because greener pasture, of course, it means different things for everybody. My own greener pasture was not to come into this country and be doing 9 to 5. My own greener pasture was not to come into this country and to be doing shifts. A lot of people, some of our African brothers and Nigerian sisters, they have jailed them now because of shifts. Where my brother was telling me in the US one situation of one healthcare professional that he do shift in the morning, you understand, he do shift in the evening, he do shift in the midnight. In the next morning, when he now do shift to go and take care of one arubo, one old woman, you understand, he was sleeping on duty. He sat on the chair instead of looking at the woman. He was sleeping on duty. You get? And as he was sleeping on, because the body will ask. You understand? We are just humans. We are human beings. The body would ask. You understand? As he was sleeping, the old woman that he was taking care of fell from the bed. A woman that is bedridden, she fell from the bed. You understand? And apparently, the woman, after a lot of the injuries that she felt and everything, she lost her life. But because the guy was so taken aback about the occurrence, he saw the old woman on the floor. He quickly took her on the bed. You understand? Even with the bruises that she has had on her face. You understand? A white woman, fam. You understand? He quickly made sure during his shift, he made sure that okay, the woman's body was put intact and everything. You understand? So the next shift that was coming, the next shift of the next healthcare worker that came in and now saw the woman in that state now raised the alarm that it seems something has happened to this woman before his own shift. And that's how that company, after the guy had left, to they started the investigation. When they started the investigation, they realized that it was during that guy's shift that that woman has already died. And it was not like a natural death, it was a death based on, you understand, negligence, a death based on, you understand, ill treatment. Because Oyinbo will say, okay, you were in charge of this woman at that time. She died, you never gave us a report, you never, you, oh, okay, okay, Sibe, you did as if nothing happened and you left. As a result of that, they started the investigation, and before you knew it, they charged the guy with manslaughter. You understand? Negligible, I mean, what did they call him, manslaughter? At the end of the day, a man that he was doing shift, skakiri, trying to make ends meet for his family in Iloyinbo. You understand? He had to actually go to jail for it. So what we are saying is be very careful. Iloyinbo, greener pasture, it means different things to different people. My own greener pasture is not to do shift. It's to set up business and, you understand, to control my life, to be able to have time to take care of my kids. I'm coming. Let me on the light. I think already the light. The time is already getting dark. You understand? So already getting in the evening time for those that have been greeting me good evening. So what we are saying in essence is be careful and take care of yourself. You understand? Be careful and make sure that you are taking your health very seriously. Because in these countries, you have the opportunity to have a very good health because there's very good infrastructure. You understand? Lately, we went to do our regular checkups because Oyinbo, in this place, when you have the right papers, you can go to the doctor's office for free. You don't pay for anything to go and visit a doctor. It's not like Nigeria. I remember when I was doing medicals in Nigeria. You have to pay. You pay for card, you pay for all those things. Here is free. There's nothing like you pay for card, you pay for appointment, you pay for all those things free. You get. So we walked up to the hospital, we went there, we did our checkup, and when we're there, the what they call it, the doctor saw us, checked our vitals, checked everything, and saw that okay, yes, you are good to go, everything is fine, no issues, no everything. We go do that regularly in this place when it's free. Why don't you use it? It's free, so you have to use it, right? It's being paid for by the government. So that's some of the greener pastures I wanted when I was coming to Canada. It was one of the greener pastures I wanted to have the opportunity to receive in a country like Canada. Your own greener pastures can be different, but what I'm trying to say is no country is heaven. No country is heaven. Every country has its own goods and bads. But again, in as much as there are goods and bads, there are some countries that are far, far better than others. And that is why coming to Canada will benefit you more than it will benefit any even other person, right? So that being said, we have talked extensively on our live masterclass. If you want to learn the number one skill Canada is going to be quietly prioritizing in the year 2026, go on our website, aosglobal.org. Go on that website to learn the skill that you need to have that Canada will literally be begging to make you come to into the country because of that skill. Some people don't know that immigration is all about information. Just like my sister said it when she was live, it's all about information. The right information you have would help you than any other person, than any other thing you see online. If you get the right information from the right sources, with the right information, you will definitely live a very better, safer, and quality life abroad. Right? So that being said, let's now discuss the main topic for today. The main topic for today is why foreign trades workers are well positioned to settle in Canada despite recent immigration cuts. Now, what do I mean by that? Tradespersons. Who are tradespersons? Are you a plumber? Are you an electrician? Are you a mechanic? Are you a hairstylist? Are you a driver? some of you that have some of those jobs, menial jobs, Ishel War as they call it in Nigeria, you are in demand, you are hot cake in Canada. You are hot cake, but you don't realize it. So how are you hot cake? We're going to be making use of the article written by cicnews.com website. You understand? It was written by Derek Shank today, December 30, 2025, to educate you how you are in demand in Canada and how you can move to Canada with that particular skill you have, that you share work that you have to succeed in Canada with. In 2025, Canadian Liberals have promised massive infrastructure investments, even as they have made cuts to both the temporary and permanent residence PR programs that would provide skilled workers. Now, let me make you understand something. Canada is cutting the amount of people that will come into Canada as students, as visitors, as workers, and as even permanent residents. But that does not mean those that have certain skills are not going to be given priority. They will be given priority more, even now than before, because they want the best of the best. So if they are part of the best of the best, they will still pick you, regardless as they are what, as they are reducing the amount of immigrants that are coming into the country. Now, in budget 2025, the government of Canada promised investments in infrastructure, including roads. Me, I have been in Canada and I have not seen potholes. I have been in Canada for close to 3 years and I have not seen potholes, but they still want to invest in that same roads. That's to tell you what, Canada doesn't wait for the roads to be so bad before they invest in roads. They keep on, actually, we're in winter now. When summer comes again, before you see now, they will start building more roads. They will start repairing the older roads. And it's not that those old roads have potholes. So before potholes even start show facing, they will start building and restructuring, reconstructing them. So Canada says they are going to build more roads, they will develop more roads, more pipelines for gas, you understand, for oil and everything, and more ports like airports, seaports, you understand, and land ports for goods and services, as well as residential housing. They are going to be doing more residential what? Housing. Why are they going to be doing more residential housing? Because more people are coming into the country. Is it a country that, because some people think Canada, there's nothing in Canada, people are not coming to Canada, why would they not be building more housing? Why would they be building more housing if more people are not coming into the country? More people are coming into the country. That is why they are building more infrastructure to welcome and to accommodate more people that are coming into the country. Do you understand? And that is why you have to understand, the faster you benefit from the Canadian immigration for you and your family, the better and the quicker you'll be able to access many of these infrastructures that they are talking about. Because the infrastructures will be used by people. For example, I am using free dental care, I am using free medical care. So it is going to be built for people like us to enjoy in the country. If you too, you are part of those that are coming to the country, you also stand a chance to what? You stand a chance to also benefit. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So the faster you get it, the better your opportunities. Okay, let's move on. So they are now saying, they are telling us that given the ongoing shortage of skilled tradesperson or people and construction workers, and the Canada's recent decline in population, this raises the question: where will Canada find the workers to build this housing and infrastructure? We have told you that Canada wants to build houses. They want to build more people, more places that people are going to live when they come into the country as immigrants. But the question you need to ask is, who are going to build those houses? Who are going to be in charge of those projects? And sadly, Canada does not have enough people inside Canada to take control of those jobs. So that is where new immigrants again are needed to actually get those jobs. Because even Oyinbo said, many of the Oyinbo know they want to do construction work. They are too tush to do construction work. It is people like us that come from abroad that do those construction work. You understand? So Canada's building project, building program and budget 2025 highlights an opportunity for tradespeople and construction workers to gain a foothold in the Canadian labor market. So what are they saying in essence? Are you a laborer? Are you a construction worker? You stand a very good chance of coming into Canada, getting visa to come and work in Canada. The work now differs. There are different work. There's temporary work, there's permanent work. Me, I like something that is permanent. That's why I do permanent residency to come into the country. So foreign nationals looking to build a life in Canada as skilled tradespeople can take advantage of two routes to gain legal authorization, legal work authorization. What are those two routes? The number one route is the work permit route, and number two route is the permanent residency pathways. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of opportunities out there. The opportunity may not come knocking on your door if you are not prepared. And even if you are not prepared, if you are not ready to get started, the opportunity will just pass you and go to another person that is ready to take action. So if you are ready to take action, click on our link and get our live masterclass ticket for us to educate you on the programs that are currently available and how you can actually take advantage of those programs. Because the truth about it is this: next year, 2026, hundreds of thousands of people are still going to enter the country. But they have reduced the amount of people that are coming into the country, but more people will still come into the country that didn't have opportunity before to come into the country. Why? Because they took action. Okay, I've been seeing some people taking action, like the live masterclass. I saw another person that just got the live masterclass ticket right now. Thank you very much for that. You are going to receive an email from us, and you also have some bonuses. Those that actually got the live masterclass right now, you also have some bonuses that you benefit from. Once you get your live masterclass ticket, you understand, you are going to be redirected to a website. There's a link, there's a page you'll be redirected to. That page that you are redirected to, you are going to see some bonuses that we have for you. We have 3 bonus packages for those that actually take action. The 3 bonus packages would also help you to work on your immigration, because we're not just giving you bonuses anyhow. We are giving you bonuses that will assist you on your immigration to Canada. The bonus pack 1 is the Canada Clarity Resources. The Canada what? Canada Clarity Resources. Let me show this on the screen so that people know what I'm saying, especially those that are joining us on LinkedIn and those that are joining us on YouTube. We are still going to come on the what they call it, on the article we are reading, but I want to show you the number one skill Canada is quietly prioritizing in Canada 2026 with the live masterclass. This skill is a skill that will benefit you for over 25 different immigration programs, right from study permit to work permit to visitor visa, you understand, to long-term Canadian travel plans, which is like express entry, PMPs, and all other programs alike, right? And this live masterclass is going to help you, as I said, get this access to these 3 bonuses. The number one bonus is Canada Clarity Resources, the resources that would help you get essential planning guides that make your immigration possible, real, and understandable without you being confused. We have the travel to Canada overview, which is our first presentation. We presented on what are the packages, what are the plans, because some people will ask you, I don't know the pathway to use to come to Canada. This travel to Canada overview will explain it to you. We have our video. We also have our downloadable PDF that you'll be able to download to see that, okay, this is the pathway people are using to come to Canada. Am I eligible for this pathway? Am I this for this? You'll be able to understand from that travel to Canada overview. Number 2, your ultimate ticket to Canada guide. That guide will explain to you, do you understand, each of those programs, what are their requirements, what are their eligibility criteria. Some people always ask me, what are the eligibility criteria, what are the documents do I need that I can, all those, it will explain to you the ultimate ticket to Canada guide. It will explain to you the documents you will need, the processes you need to follow. You understand? Likewise, the step-by-step Canada immigration checklist. That's also a checklist for each of the programs that you work on your immigration. Each of those programs will have a checklist for that particular program. You understand? So if you are coming through student, we have how to do use the student. My sister talked about ChatGPT, how some people are making use of ChatGPT. We also explained how you can make use of ChatGPT to work on what? To work on your immigration. How you can make use of ChatGPT. It's not just anyhow. Oh, how you can make use of some salient information, some salient ways. Using your SOP, how can you draft out your statement of purpose if you are coming through study, if you are coming through visit, how can you draft your invitation letter? Many of those things we have explained it in this step-by-step Canada immigration checklist. You understand? So this is perfect for those that need to understand all the visa pathways that are available to Canada, the requirements that they need, visa requirements, and also what really matters most. What do they really need to focus on? That has it. The bonus two, once you get the live masterclass ticket, is the language skill starters, the free previews. Like Dynasty Soul was talking about taking IELTS and having band 5. We are going to explain to you, we will jumpstart your language preparation with foundation previews of number one, is it English to IELTS test you want to take? Do you want to learn English or you want to perfect your English for IELTS preparation? We have the free review for them. Is it the self-pip English training? You understand the free reviews that you use to understand what is really even self-pip. What do you need to understand by the four language skills, the speaking, listening, reading, writing? Or are you part of those that speak French that you want to learn the introductory course? There's the FTC introductory course designed for TEF or TCF Canada examination that explains to you what you need to know about French, you understand, to actually excel in the language examination. So this would be able to help you build your early test confidence and knowing where you need to focus on when it comes to the exam preparation. Now, the bonus three, this is still on the ticket, the live masterclass ticket that we are talking about that you can get, the one skill to Canada, you understand, um, live masterclass we are having on January 10th, 2026. The bonus part three is the opportunity and support access. This is one of the things I used to make money to come to Canada. This is one of the things I used to make money to work on my own immigration. And this will give you the extra leverage you need to get real support from our resources. We have the free 5 minutes clarity call, which is the clarity call you are going to have with me, where I'm going to look into your program or look into your own, you understand, scenario that, okay, which pathway can you actually use to move to Canada? We are going to discuss about it and see the pathways you can quickly start using to move to Canada. Two, we are also going to give you access to our A.O.S Global Affiliate Program. We have an affiliate program where some people are basically referring other people to work on their immigration and getting commissions based on that. I remember one of the lawyers that we worked with when I was still in Nigeria that was giving me referral bonuses from other people that were working that I was bringing, that I was referring to him. You know, some of you will just refer people to people, but you don't get paid for it. With our affiliate program, you can get paid some certain commissions that those people actually pay for their own immigration to Canada without affecting your own. And lastly, the strategic pathway guidance with Canada Visa Pathway Mastery. That's the mastery that helps you to understand. You understand? Because there's a series of questions. We have 12 questions we're going to ask you to kind of work on your eligibility to Canada. That how eligible are you going to be to work on your visa to Canada? All the seven pathways. I was talking about the seven eligibility factors that we have to look at. Is it your age? Is it your education, your work experience, your employability in Canada? Is it, you understand, your travel transferability skills that you need to have? Do you understand? Is it your proof of funds? Is all those things we are going to look at it on that strategic pathway guidance to based on the questions you respond to. We'll look at it and see how we can direct your path towards the pathway that is going to be best for you to use to come to Canada. You understand? So this is a personalized direction for your long-term what momentum towards Canada immigration. So those are part of the bonuses that you get once you get started with working with us. You understand? Or once you get your ticket for our live masterclass for the Canada One Skill, you understand, live masterclass. Now, let's move on to what we are talking about. If you want to get your live ticket as tickets for the live masterclass, click on the link aosglobal.org. You understand? Or go on our bio, click on the link on our bio, and you would have access to that, you understand, particular page to get your ticket. Now we're talking about two ways as oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́. If you're oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́, you're a plumber, you're a barber, you're a stylist. There are two ways you can use to come to Canada. Number one, temporary foreign worker program, the TFWP. They said to obtain a work permit through the temporary foreign worker program, TFWP, a foreign national must submit an application with a job offer from an employer with a positive or neutral labor market impact assessment LMIE report. Other than being qualified for the job and obtaining an LMIA support job offer, a foreign national need only meet Canada's general admissibility requirements, such as not having a criminal record, bothersome health conditions, or posing a risk to national security or public safety. So, what they mean is if you have a job, an LMIA job offer, with that job offer, you can come to Canada without needing to write IELTS, without needing to do WES or send your credentials to Canada for evaluation, without needing to do some of those bogus things you do for PR. You get. So, as of the time of writing, for an employer to obtain an LMIA, the job must either be located in a region with less than 6% unemployment or pay at least 20% above the region's median wage. So it's not just any job. You cannot just get any job. Any job you get is not qualified. You have to get the jobs that are qualified for what? For the LMIA. So that's the first way you can come into Canada, through the LMIA job for temporary foreign worker program. The second way you can come into Canada is what we know as a permanent residence, the PR. And you can come in through number one, the category based draws through the express entry, because foreign nationals are now eligible for an express entry managed immigration program, and they have an advantage if they meet what the work experience requirements for one of the trades eligible for the trade occupations category based draws. Now, what are these? The following occupations are eligible for trade occupation draws. Number one, we have bricklayers. If you're a bricklayer, you're in demand. You're hot cake in Canada. If you are a cabinet maker, in Nigeria, we don't have difference. In Nigeria, sadly, we don't have difference. Someone that is, what they call it, a cabinet maker can also call himself a carpenter. We now have to look at, are you really a cabinet maker? Do you make cabinets in the kitchen? Or are you a carpenter? Can you do carpentry on the roof of a house? You understand? On the roof of other places like that. So we also have concrete finishers. Can you do concrete? You understand? Even like all this one that always do tiles. You understand? Are you a tiler? Can you do tiling very well? Let's say we're in Canada. Are you? Ọlọ́run má jẹ́. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́. I'm not in Nigeria. I am in Ontario, Canada. Now Canada, if you dey, God no go make me dey that country now. No be swear, but God no go make me dey that country, Nigeria. Now Ontario, Canada. I am in Ontario, Canada. So construction estimators. Are you a construction estimator? Can you estimate construction works? Are you a construction manager? Those are the in-demand jobs, that in-demand occupations Canada are looking for right now. You understand? Are you into construction millwrights and industrial mechanics? In demand in Canada. They are looking for you in Canada. Are you a contractor and supervisor in oil and gas drilling and services? You are in demand, like you are hot cake in Canada. Are you a cook? You know how to cook? In demand in Canada. Electrical mechanics, you are in demand in Canada. Electricians, except industrial and power system, you are in demand in Canada. Are you a floor covering installer, like all those tilers that I mentioned? You are in demand in Canada. Are you a gas fitter? In demand in Canada. Heating, refrigeration, and air conditioning mechanics, you are in demand in Canada. Are you a heavy duty equipment mechanic? In demand in Canada. Are you a home builder and renovation manager? Very in demand, hot cake in Canada. Industrial mechanics, in demand. Machinist and machining and tooling inspector, they find you for Canada. Now you know just no. You understand? Other technical trades and related occupations, you're also in demand in Canada. Are you a painter or decorator? except interior decorators, you are in demand. They find you for Canada. If you are ready, go on our link. The one skill to Canada that Canada is prioritizing in Canada right now. Click on that, get your ticket, and join us for our live masterclass where we are going to be explaining some of these occupations to you and how to what, how to align yourself to be qualified and to come into Canada. Are you a plumber? You know, I talked about that before. Plumbers, they find you for Canada. No waste your life for Nigeria. No waste your life for Nigeria. They find you for Canada. Plumbers, roofers, and shinglers. Don't waste your life. All those ones that are doing asbestos in Nigeria, they find you. Sheet metal workers in demand in Canada. Water well drillers. Shey you fit drill borehole, you fit drill well. They find you. No waste your talent for Nigeria. Are you a welder and related machine operator? They find you. The question is, are you ready to answer their call? As Canada no dey pick all those ones wey don work for bank, all those ones wey don work for all those goddamn into other places. There are some oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ that they are looking for now. Habiba, thank you for liking our live session on TikTok. They are looking for a lot of you. The question is, are you going to answer the call? Because they fit ask, they fit look for you, but if you no answer the call, especially Nigeria, if you no answer the call, another person from another country go answer and they go come, and you go dey complain say they go dey complain about bala blue era. Bala blue no dey, e no send you. So occupations that were added to Canada's trades occupation category based selection list in 2025 have been bolded. Most foreign nationals will qualify for express entry by meeting the requirements for either Canadian Experience Class CEC or the Federal Skilled Worker Program FSWP. Some may qualify through the Federal Skilled Trades Program, the FSTP, which requires either a certificate of qualification or a valid job offer. But it is not everything that requires a valid job offer. So you have to be very, very careful. The main requirements consist of meeting the minimums for work experience, the minimum for education, the minimum for official language proficiency. Someone was asking me that he has band 5. That band 5, can it move him to Canada? I say it depends. Your program, there's some programs here that can help you come into Canada with that band 5 in your IELTS. So if you know this, we have talked about Canadian Express Class, we talked about Federal Skilled Worker Program, we talked about Federal Skilled Trades Program, and even category-based draws. But there are other factors that would also make you eligible. So we have to look at all those factors. If you want us to look into your own particular scenario, go on our website, aosglobal.org, and you'll see the live masterclass. Get your tickets of the live masterclass, the one skill Canada is quietly prioritizing in 2026, and how you can actually, you understand, link yourself up to benefit from this particular skill Canada is currently looking for. Today we are talking about trades occupations, those that are oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ that you are in Nigeria, that you are wasting your talent. In Canada, they are actually looking for you. Are you a construction worker? You are a laborer, they are looking for you. A welder, looking for you. Electrician, plumber, they are looking for you. You understand? Tyler, they are looking for you. Don't waste your talent, you. Okay. So the main requirements consist of meeting the minimums of work experience, education, and proficiency for language. Foreign nationals outside Canada who don't qualify for the CEC would also need to have adequate settlement funds. So if you don't qualify for the Canadian Experience Class Program, you can always get what, additional funds to qualify for other programs. To qualify for the trade category, you just need at least 6 months of full-time work experience or equivalent part-time continuous work experience in a single eligible occupation within the past 3 years. So let me ask you, are you an oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ in Nigeria, in any place, and you have at least 6 months of work experience from the past 5 years, from the past 3 years? If yes, you are in demand in Canada. Don't waste your time. Okay, Joel O is saying, I'm a skilled trade person in Canada. That's even good. You are even in Canada. You are out Keiko. They are looking for you. They are looking for you to give you status if you don't have your Canadian permanent residency status already. Okay, Jody Joe is saying, what of automobile engineering? Good question. Automobile engineering, I didn't list that in the, because when you see, especially people, some people use grammar to affect themselves. Are you a mechanic? Don't use grammar to affect your chances. automobile engineering is too educational. Can you do the roles, or have you been doing the roles of a mechanic? If you are doing the roles of a mechanic, you are in demand. But if you are looking for oyinbo káàkiri and you are saying automobile engineer, you go pembe o. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So don't pembe. It's true. Joe say mechanic. If you are a mechanic, say it. There's is in Nigeria we don't know the value of these people. In Canada, they know the value of Osheowo, the value of tradesperson. If you are a mechanic, put it there. I am a mechanic. Mechanic are in demand. Automobile engineering, they did not dey the list. They are not on the list. You understand? So be humble and be thankful of being a mechanic. in Let me tell you a story. My first landlord, when I came into Canada, the first landlord I had in Canada, he was an electrician. Electrician. The guy was from Cameroon. He was from Cameroon. But in Canada here, he is successful. He has 2 houses, 3 cars. He and his wife and his 2 kids, they are living very luxurious life. Luxurious. So forget the fact that in Nigeria, Ishewe is nothing. In Canada here, they will worship you. They will worship you because you have other things other people did not have. You have something that is high demand, something that you don't know how much they are collecting per hour to come and work here. It's big money. Oh, you're wasting your time. I said it's big money. You they will worship you here in Canada. It's not speaking easy. In Nigeria, where they say they don't know the value of Isheowo. Joe the Joe say no be lie. That's it. Oh, that is in Nigeria they don't know the value. In Canada here, you sef you collect money, you sef you go dey look say why you no do share what since all these days. So as onisheowo, you must also meet Canada's general admissibility requirements. In other words, you must not have any criminal record, you must not have fatal illnesses, and you must not have another family member that is inadmissible. We also have provincial nominee programs. If express entry did not work for you, PMP can work for you, right? Because trades is an in-demand sector among many of Canada's provinces and territories. And to meet labor market needs, many provinces and territories have launched streams and pathways specifically for skilled trades workers. So some examples are Alberta's express entry stream, which prioritizes construction as an occupation to meet local labor market needs. If you are into construction, you are a big person. Some people think is here that they will say labourer dey no have life. Is big person work in this place? They don't know anything. Nova Scotia's critical construction worker pilot. If you are in Canada, like someone said, Joel said is in Canada. If you are in Nova Scotia also announced that it would be moving to an express entry expression of interest system for its provincial nominee program. You understand? And will prioritize certain sectors, the construction sector and the trade sector being amongst them. So overall, the PMPs can offer trade people a more direct path to permanent residency, especially if they have either a job offer or they are tied to a specific province or territory. Joe says, how can I go about it? How to go about it is click on the link that we shared, aosglobal.org. Once you click on aosglobal.org, our website, the link on our bio, you understand? You will be able to get your ticket for our live masterclass. We have seen some people gotten the ticket of the live masterclass. Once you get the ticket, we'll be able to explain to you how to go about it. You understand? Through our live masterclass and through the individual 5 minute clarity call we said we would also have with clients to explain their pathways to Canadian immigration. We would also share you some bonuses for those that actually get the ticket. We have told you the 3 bonus pack that would give you. Those bonuses is not just mouth to use and say it. You will also see all those list of programs, the list of eligibility, list of, you understand, documents you need, list all those things. Will show you everything. You will have everything once you get the live masterclass ticket, and from there we'll be able to see how to work with you, or how you also can work on it yourself if you want to migrate to Canada. All right, thank you so much everyone for joining. I hope you got value from everything we shared. If you have any questions, you can always drop it on the comment section. You understand? Or even send us a DM and we're going to, you understand, link you up to the relevant and required what they call it, information. So thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to come on live at least once a week. You understand? Sometimes we do it 2, 3 times in a week. You understand? So we come on live, though we have been having a break. I had a break for about 7, 10 days to go and enjoy myself too. This life no hard. So we had a break, but I believe I've started now, even though New Year is coming. So that New Year too, we may have some break for that time too. But we hope to see more of you during our live sessions next year as well. And don't forget to also grab your ticket of the live masterclass training. That live masterclass, we are going to in details talk about a lot of things that you need to know about Canadian immigration and how to benefit from it for you and for your family members. So thank you so much everyone for joining, and I do hope you have a very nice day ahead. All right, so bye for now. Au revoir.